Hey guys, Brian here and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I'm going to show you what I'm doing this week with just two of my stocks because a lot of my cash secured puts expired worthless. So that means a lot of buying power is coming right back to my buying power. A lot of cash is coming right back. And yes, I do use a little bit of margin, and the way I do it very safely. Yeah, I'm paying a little bit of interest on it, but it's like simple interest, and the amount of premiums I get more than cover the interest that I'm having to pay. So the way that I do this is I just do a lot of cash secured puts, because usually on the put side, using the cash doesn't qualify for interest. But if you're using it and you're actually holding stocks that are under margin, and then you start doing covered calls and all that, you know, since you own the underlying, you have to pay interest on the margin that you have. And obviously if you're holding stocks or leaps and the stock market like tanks on you, then we have a problem. Then you're most likely going to get like margin called, and that's fun for nobody, because that would mean you would either have to sell some shares to cover the margin call, or you would have to deposit money into your account to not have certain things get taken away from you. So that's the problem here. So I'm just trying to get everything to work for me real quick. Seems like my stuff doesn't want to work fully, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. But for those that want to learn more about the wheel strategy and everything that I'm doing, I do have a PDF. It used to be free. Now it's like $4 and change. And I had to do that because I started seeing people selling my exact template out there. And it's exactly everything you need. It's all the basics, all the vocab that you need to know. I've given this out to a ton of people, and some of them didn't even have to buy the course because you literally learn everything. But if you wanted hand holding and a chance to do like a one-on-one with me when you finish the course, if you buy it, I 100% will do that with you. Just DM me on Instagram and we will set up a time. But let's jump right into my desktop so we could talk about what I'm looking at with my new buying power that is here. And I don't know what's going on with my desktop. Here we are. So Nvidia, this is what I'm going to be doing since I'm looking at the Bollinger Bands. When you're selling options, you don't really got to look at much. You really don't. I personally look at Bollinger Bands and like a EMA line. So the top standard deviation, bottom standard deviation, EMA line. And we're at the top, so you could pretty much show where you want to put your cash secured puts. Anything below the EMA line is most likely fine, but definitely below the bottom Bollinger Band is like 99% chance that you're going to make your money isn't going to get called away, and you're not going to get assigned to buy 100 shares. That's how you kind of have to look at it. But that's a good marker to look at, to be honest. But obviously the market could do whatever the heck it wants to do, and obviously this isn't financial advice, but this is what I'm going to do. Since I'm going to have around, I think, 16 or 17,000 bucks freed up to do cash secured puts. So around like 13,000 of it is going to go towards Nvidia. I'm going to have one option play for that. So let's look at the Nvidia options, and I'm going to go out maybe like 2 weeks, 1 week to 2 weeks. Like, cause I know the end of January 6th is Jensen Huang's talk at the CES. So there's probably going to be some movement there. And then I'm playing it weekly until earnings report in February. That's what I'll probably do for Nvidia. That's how I personally play earnings reports and talks, because you never know what they're going to say. You never know how big the movement's going to be. So that's what you got to kind of do. Like, this is as passive as it can get other than like dividends, but you still got to like know what's going on in the market, especially for the stocks that you're following. And that's what I also suggest when you're doing the wheel strategy. Don't just chase premiums. Do it on stocks that you understand and that you're comfortable having in your portfolio. You have to be super comfortable having them in your portfolio, because God forbid they drop on you, and you have to be cool with holding it. Nvidia is one of them. Nvidia is one of them for me. So personally, what I'm going to do, since I'm going to have around $17,000 up for buying power, I'm going to look for like a 35-40 delta for a cash secured put. So let's So that's 135 is a 40. So that's okay. And let's see, what's a 35? Oh, so it's 134 and 135. So depending on your risk tolerance, and for me, I don't mind owning 100 shares of Nvidia at 135. I think this is a $200, $300, $400 stock in the next 2 to 5 years. So I'm cool with getting it at this discount, because we all saw that Nvidia can run up to $1,000. That's what it did last time. And depending on where we go and all that, you kind of want to hold more shares, because who knows if another stock split will happen once it starts going up more and more. And then if you have hundreds of shares and you get another stock split, you could turn into 1,000 shares. Then that really like boosts your portfolio up a crazy amount, because you'll be able to do covered calls all the way. So I'm cool with a 134. I'll be a little bit more risk averse here and get a 36 delta, and I'll pick the 134. So I'm automatically gonna get $294 for a 12-day play. And just for calculator purposes here, 294 divided by 13,400. So for a 2-week play, I'm gonna get 2%, 1% a week. That is amazing amount of money, and that's what I'm super excited for. And then obviously, guys, if the stock price end up going below 134, which I don't really think it'll happen, but you never know, I'm cool with buying it. Then I'm just on the covered call side, making money on the appreciation above 134 and all the premium that could be there as well. Like, this is like the simplest way to make money, and I've been doing this for years. So that's how I've built my portfolio, and the one that I've been slowly showing everyone this year. I made it my $35,000 portfolio up into 80,000 just doing this and leaps. That absolutely it. I didn't buy options other than leaps. I didn't trade options like that. I'm just selling options, and if I am buying, they're leaps. Long anticipated. I can't even think right now. I do all my videos like at 11 p.m. at night, but long calls over a year out, and I do it on like Apple, Nvidia, Palantir. What else do I have? And Sofi. That's what I have for my leaps. And then, since I'll have around like $2,000, $3,000 left over, even though I said you got to fully understand the stocks that you're going into, there's one that I've been eyeing a long time, and it's Rigetti Computing. I think quantum computing is far from becoming super mainstream, but obviously this stock has been going insane recently, which is fine. And I've talked about it a few times. I talked about it when it was like $10, and now it's what, 1652, and I'm cool that I didn't buy it. I've just been doing cash secured puts on it and collecting a few $100 at a time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sell a put, and then we could do super close, which I personally would do, because since I'm not following this as closely, I don't want to risk a crazy amount of money, and I don't want to be holding a bag just in case there is a big pullback from this, which is okay with me too, because I do set aside like 10K for like gambling money on certain stocks, and so this will be a part of it. But I'm only going to put up like around like $3,000 to gamble pretty much as of recently, because I messed up a bit with like the MSTX and all that. Like, I'm as transparent as it gets. If you see my Instagram and some of my YouTube channels, you'll see that I messed up. I had to buy back some of these calls. I mean, some of these puts or these covered calls, and I'll show you my losses, because I think that's how we all learn. But this is what I'm going to do. Rigetti, they're giving out insane premiums for little stocks, and I'm going to go for a 30 delta, so 28, $15. I mean, $15 strike price. So that means I would need $1,500, so I could do 2 of these, because I'll have around $3,000, and I'll collect $200, $210. So 210. Oh, what am I doing? What the heck am I doing? My fingers aren't working. 210 divided by $3,000, because we're going to do 2 contracts at $15. You're getting 7% on your money in a week. And I'm not saying this is like the best play in the world. I'm just saying I might be chasing premiums. I do think quantum computing is going to be a big thing. Is it going to be this IonQ? There's a few other ones out there too. Like, man, I really can't think right now. But there's 3 stocks that I'm looking at: IonQ, this one and dev something. I wish I could remember off the top of my head, but these are the ones that I'm using right now, and I'm making 7% on one, 2% on another. So overall, making a lot of money on my money. And this is personally what I'm going to be doing this week coming up. And then the week after that, I think another like $24,000 opens up, and then by the end of the month of January, I think another like $30,000 opens up. So I'll have around like $50,000 worth of cash, $50,000 or $60,000 worth of cash, ready to deploy again into cash secured puts or into more covered calls. So that's what I'm personally going to do, and I'm going to show you everything that I'm doing, and I'll actually start showing more of my portfolio, showing you the truth that I am doing this, because I do it on my Instagram, but obviously not a lot of you guys follow me on Instagram. But if you do start doing that, I'm gonna start putting everything. You're gonna start seeing me make 1, 2, 3, 4 grand a month doing this, and it's life-changing money, because that 4 grand, I'm not gonna use it to buy like lavish things. I have a lot of nice things. I'm going to just have it build up the portfolio, get it to like way over the quarter. Like, so the public account that I have is currently sitting at 80,000. Then there's like a second part. If you watch some of my videos, that there's a second account attached to it where it's at like 180,000. I want to get that full account to $250,000. And then obviously you want to get to $500,000. Then I want to get to $1 million. And once I get to certain levels, then I'll start opening up like more accounts, where like a Robinhood account, a MooMoo account, a Sofi account. I just want to do all of that, and I'm just going to show you different strategies in each one, just so I could like prove to you that I could do this over and over and over again. So again, if you wanted to learn more about this, I got a stand store. It's in the description down below. It's like a $4 or $5 PDF that shows you everything that you need to know, and that's all you really need. And pretty much, if you watch my videos, you're getting all the information you need as well. So some of my videos are better than other people's like courses, but if you did want a course from me where I go over like 12 to 14, I think 15 lectures on it, like 5 to 10 minute lectures on how to do it, that's there too. If you use the code XMAS, you're going to get 15% off. And that runs until the end of January. And if you do that and you show me you completed all the coursework, then you could sign up for a one-on-one with me, and I could go over any questions that you may have regarding the wheel strategy, covered calls, cash secured puts. But again, I appreciate everyone that watches these videos. I thoroughly enjoy making them. That's why I make them at 11 p.m. at night, just for you guys, because I love showing you guys what exactly I'm doing to keep building out these portfolios. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.